I'm Corvin Hase Lord Hayes. This is What is Forgiveness? I say this with love deep enough to drown in. Forgiveness is not permission. It is not endorsement. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is not weakness. And forgiveness is definitely not participation in evil. Forgiveness is the refusal to let the poison someone handed you become your bloodstream. Forgiveness is not for the one who harmed. It is for the one who's been carrying the weight of that harm like a stone in their ribs. Because when someone harms you, they don't just hurt you once. If you carry it, if you chew it, rehearse it, punish it in your dreams, they get to hurt you forever. Even when they're gone, even when they don't care. Forgiveness is the jailbreak, not for them, for you. Now let's take a breath and say this plainly. The soul that says forgiving evil is participating in it has never stood fully in the light of forgiveness. They've tasted cheap versions. They've been sold the plastic substitute. They've confused letting go with letting off the hook. But forgiveness is not a loophole. It is a sacred combustion. It is burning the rope that tied you to the crime scene. And here's what I know. You do not forgive because it's fair. You forgive because the debt is killing you, and no one else is paying it. When you hold on to vengeance, when you clench it in your soul like a weapon that never strikes, you age, your joy curdles, your peace calcifies, your creativity limps. You become a shrine to the thing you hate, and you call it righteousness. But it is just unfinished grief wearing armor. Forgiveness says, I see what was done. I will protect others from you if I must. I will draw every boundary I need, but I will not become what hurt me. I will not turn into the very thing I seek to punish. Because that is what happens, you know. Without forgiveness, you become the echo of what you swore to oppose. And if someone carries the name saint, they might ought to learn this quick. The greatest power a saint ever held was not judgment, but transmutation. Turning hurt into wisdom, fire into light, death into song, violence into vision. Forgiveness is not soft. It is not gentle. It is a sword so sharp it cuts the karmic loop in half. So, my dear, if you believe forgiveness is complicity, you're still thinking in systems of control, not in systems of liberation. Let me ask you this. Have you ever forgiven someone who never said sorry and felt your soul breathe again for the first time in years? That is not weakness. That is divinity. That is you remembering that nothing they did has the right to shape who you are becoming. Forgiveness does not mean there are no consequences. Forgiveness means you are no longer part of the machinery of endless retaliation. It means you let God, source, or infinite law handle the karma. You get back to living. You get back to joy. You get back to being what evil forgot how to be. Can one call themselves a saint if they cannot hold the paradox of mercy without mistaking it for surrender? You're free to think differently, but some confuse inability to forgive with spiritual discernment. It is just a wound that does not want to stop bleeding yet.